Join me on the lakeside for my first follow-along workout. We're hitting ankles, knees, and hips. Let's get into it. We're going to start out with a hamstring pike pulse to warm up our hamstrings and rear knee. Let's do 2 sets of those on each side 8 times. Do these by simply getting in a staggered stance and pulsing down, stretching your hamstring. I like to get my arms involved, get a little motion there, and stay in a little pulsation. You don't got to come up and make it a full rep. Pause now to break before your next set. All right, let's hit the second set of these. Just bang them out of the way. Again, we're just doing our warm-ups right now. Force lengthening the hamstring, opening up the rear knee, getting our temperature up as quick as possible by engaging one of the largest muscles in the body, the hamstring. Very cool. On to the next. Mini pulsation wide squats with a big hump at the top. 8 of those, 2 sets. We're just getting warmed up, y'all. Wide stance pulsation squat with an exaggerated hump at the top. Pause now to break before the next set. All right, let's get back into it. And you're thinking, why that little hump at the top? Well, we just want to reaffirm to our body that we know how to hump instead of just bump. So that hip capsule comes forward after the large squat. Final warm up. We're just going to do 1 on each side of a calf raise, heel roll back. So staggered foot stance, right foot in front for 1 set and left foot in front for the other. Rolling back onto the heels to flex the tibs, and then onto the toes, doing a little calf raise to get the ankles activated. You can just go ahead and do these back to back. They're super low impact and one of the easiest ways to warm up your feet. All right, getting ready for our workout here. Again, we're starting with the hamstring, and we just want to stretch, lengthen that thing like a big rubber band so that we can have no limitation when we go to move our legs. The more adjustable our rubber band, the more that we can move around and shift our legs. Thus, we'll start with this cross-body hinge, reaching across the body and then coming up at the top into a slight hump to reset each rep. When you reach down each way, send your butt diagonally away from where you're grabbing on the ground. Your feet and knees should stay square. There should be a slight tug being sent into your lower back as you really stretch the body diagonally to reach across one way, shooting the butt the other way. This gets us a hamstring activation that works its way up into our lateral hip and glute, that belt area around your butt cheek, and hump at the top, giving yourself a core reset, reaffirming strong hips, forward hip extension posture. Take a break here for the next set, and we're back into it. We'll bang out another set on each side, and why don't we go ahead and alternate this time? So we'll do 16 total, which will be 8 each side. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing little customizations like that in any of your workouts. Nothing has to be so formulaic and routine that you have to do it the same exact way every single time. Let's move on to the hips now. On to our second exercise, a swivel kick. In a slightly staggered stance, your forward foot will come up and try to draw a big circle right in front of your hips. Let's just do 8 of these on each side. Much like the hinge that we just did, it's a forced lengthening of the hamstring up into that glute and hip area. And that swivel allows us to get some mobility going as far as our leg relative to our hip socket, so that your leg's not just a stuck object coming out of your hip. It's something swivelable, and it has familiarity and higher ranges of motion than it's used to in everyday life. Next, we'll be kneeling, and then you're simply going to march each foot in front of you. 2 sets of these, 8 each side, so 16 total. Take it up a notch by putting something elevated in front of your body and stepping up onto it, but either way, we just want to be kneeling with our torso straight like a column, and then it's teaching you how to bring your hips slightly around, swivel, and place the foot in front of you. It's going to help your stepping mechanics and the symmetry between your hips so that you don't favor one side during leg exercises. Nice and easy, light activation of the hip flexors. Next, this is a big one. We'll do 2 sets of 8 each side. It's a big pigeon tracer. You can hold on to something like I am there and just bang them out back to back to back. Basically a large, wide curtsy lunge, getting a big stretch of your buttocks there on the side, especially as that leg that steps around your glute and hip on that side. So the side closest to you now in the video is getting an excellent stretch as the leg goes crossbody and around to its utmost length. These are super key. Most people are very concerned with doing a pigeon stretch as a cool down for their leg workouts, but you can do these as a more dynamic way to hit a pigeon and literally feel yourself get to your utmost length on either side while getting a little cardio burn out of it, and they're super easy. Look at me, I'm turning up the speed on them here. You can really customize those how you'd like. That butt cheek glute connection belt that I speak about often is really so important for mobility, because think about it, if you had like a straight jacket on your pockets, you'd be very limited as far as lateral motion goes. Alrighty, sort of a little intermission here, but don't take these lightly. Staggered stance again, and then we're getting a calf raise going, but you want to make sure the entire time that your knees are slightly bowed out and that your inner ankle bones are coming as high as they can at the top of the raise. 2x8 here, each side. You can get through them pretty quickly because we're just micro training habits. We're basically hammering in the fundamentals of the knees being slightly bowed out in a forward momentum stance, with the ankle bones trying to get to the utmost elevation to prevent, first and foremost, inner ankle collapse. Next up, very simple, alternating heel sits. So you're gonna go ahead and sit down on one side, on your heel, make sure the heel is pointed outward, and then come on up, go on to the next side, and you can kind of turn it into a little mini squat thing. You don't got to come fully up each way. We'll just go 10 total for 2 sets, so 5 times each side. Look at that in the back, how each time I sit on my heel, it's flicking outward. Last thing you'd want to do is sit on it and have it collapse inward. We're getting a top ankle stretch, telling our ankles to stay bowed, plus a little quad stretch. Nice. Final exercise, let's kind of hit ankles, knees, and hips all at once, doing something super simple and effective, a static squat. So in a comfortable stance, feet about shoulder width apart, we're just coming down into the loading phase of a jump. Like you were going to get a big jump going, but then obviously don't have to jump afterwards. And check this out though, for squat mechanics. When you bring your torso forward, you kind of bend over naturally versus going for the knees right away like that. So watch, torso forward, immediately folds in half like a little origami paper. Boom. Torso forward, send the butt out, you immediately squat well. Again, let's go ahead and bang those out, just 2 sets of 8. You can kind of get some motion involved when you do these. These are just great for your squat mechanics and joint health as you learn how to load everything in the lower body and then control momentum. Very fresh, guys. I think that about does it. So the only thing left to do is jump in the water, get cooled off. Yippee! Full workout is in the caption so that you can pause and follow along. Thanks for watching. Peace out.